we are on our first safari drive in Kaziranga National Park. This morning we're entering the Central Zone, which is one of 4 zones inside the park. Kaziranga is around 170 square miles and is home to over 2,400 rhinos. My goal is to try to see some up close. This area has been established as a park for over 100 years, but only since 1985 has it been recognized as a World Heritage Place. All we really need to know is that it is simply the best place in the world to come looking for the Indian rhino, or in this case, a lone boar. As we reach some trees, we spot a jungle fowl. This animal is thought to be where all of our modern day chickens derived from. Not too far up the road, it's a hog deer. This is my first time seeing this smaller endangered species of deer. Already I'm really liking this park, as it seems wildlife is all around. Another thing I'm noticing is that since we aren't racing around looking for tigers, it's a slower paced drive, with plenty of time to stop and look around, a lot like going on safari in Africa. Here are some swamp deer. These are some large deer with being 6 feet long and just under 4 feet tall at the shoulder. They're a lot larger than those hog deer. Up in this nest looks like we have some black eagles from Southeast Asia. It looks like my guide is using his eagle eyes to find us some rhino. There in the tall elephant grass. It's a mom with her calf. A calf will come out after a long gestation of over 15 months. They won't be fully grown till around 5 to 7 years, sometimes longer if it's a male. As you can see here, the single calf has to be smart and stay very close to its mother. Just look at those two. As this large stork flies over us, we slowly drive up looking all around, and in this clearance, look, a lot of deer. Now this park also has a very healthy tiger population, so these deer must always be on high alert. Up ahead though, those aren't tigers, but an animal equally magnificent, the Asian elephant. This is my first time seeing them in the wild. This is an amazing experience. Even though they're smaller than the African elephant, they are the largest animal you will find here in Asia. These elephants can be from 6.5 to just under 10 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh between 4,500 and 11,000 pounds. That is a lot of animal. It's just so nice to sit here in this Jeep and watch these elephants eating their morning away. Elephants will try to eat up to 300 pounds of food a day. That is a lot of grass. Here, like when we saw that rhino, you will notice some of the grass has been burned. They do control burns here in the park to keep the grasslands fertile. There are around 30,000 to 50,000 elephants left in Asia, and like African elephants, they are listed as an endangered animal. Asian elephants have seen their populations drop by 50% over the last 3 generations. So keeping them secure in parks like Kaziranga are very important. This park is said to be home to 1,000 to 1,200 elephants. The park does an elephant count every few years. One way to ID an elephant is to look at the shape of their ears. Well, I could sit here all day, but we still want to see if we can find some rhinos close to the road. So let's keep going. And as I say on all my safaris, when there aren't a lot of large mammals around, you can always count on there being plenty of birds to look at. Here we find another hog deer and a fish eagle looking over the river. To get our bird-like vantage point, we climbed up on an observation deck. What a view. This is a beautiful park, and I'm glad I came halfway around the world to pay it a visit. Let's drive up and get a closer look at something we spotted from the deck. Or should I say some things? Look at that. 4 rhino in one area. While none are close to the road, it is still very cool to see 4 rhinos at once. I guess now for sure I can cross off the Indian rhino as another animal that I've been lucky enough to see on safari. And on our way out of the park on this first amazing drive, looks like I'm finally going to get what I was after, a rhino close to the road. Perfect. We plan to stay here for a while. Just look at that old boy. They can live to be around 40 years old in the wild. I would figure this guy is for sure up there in age. Just look at that horn. The wet grasses might be easier for him to chew also. To me, those folds of skin always look like sheets of armor just laid over the animal. It sure seems like this guy's gotten used to the Jeep sitting here. This is the best experience when you can simply watch an animal go about its day and it doesn't even care if you're there. Makes all the hassle of traveling totally worth it. Moments like these will keep me going on safari forever. And it looks like us and this rhino aren't the only thing around. Check out this water buffalo right on the other side of the Jeep. This is the closest I've ever been to one of these guys as well. This for sure has been an amazing drive, and it's only my first time into the park. Who knows what we'll see on our second drive later this afternoon. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you don't miss any rhino action. And for more information on rhinos, please read this video's description.